and welcome to MusiCity Kids. My name is Tamara with Love in a Big World, and we are here to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. Today we're going to be talking about do something intelligent. You've got a lot of time on your hands this summer. We want you to use it well. First up this morning is our friend Dr. JPOP to get us moving. So get up and get ready to move.
Did you guys know that balance is very, very important? No, like really important. In order for you to learn how to walk, you have to learn how to keep your balance. Because when you take a step, you gotta lift one foot off the ground in order to take the next step. That means you have to be able to balance on one leg in order to get to the other. And sometimes it's really good to actually work on your balance. So that's what we are going to do today. The first thing I want you to do is you are just going to stand and put one foot in front of the other, okay? So make sure that your heel is touching the toe of the other foot. And we're going to count to 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you want to try it with your eyes closed. We're going to do this together. You ready? Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pretty good. Now, you can work on your balance walking by doing the same thing, putting one foot in front of the other. So if you don't have a balance beam at home, everybody doesn't have that, you can just find a line to walk or pretend that you have one. And you're going to take one step, and then you're going to touch the heel of your foot to the toe, and you're going to try to walk in a straight line without falling off. Okay? The other way, you can simply work on standing on one foot. Okay? So we're going to do that and count to 5. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Then of course, we're going to do it with our eyes closed. Are you ready? The shiver needs to work on this too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go as long as you want, as long as you're safe. So make sure there's nothing else around you sharp that you could fall on. Another way we can work on our balance is just hopping in place. So we're going to do 5 hops on one foot. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's try the other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty good. Now, if you really want to get tricky with it, you can work on jumping from 2 feet to 1 foot. You ready? So I go from 2, jump, and land on 1. And then 2 feet jump, land on the other. Balance is extremely important when you're walking, when you're running, when you're playing. So it's something that we all can work on. Try some of those and see how you like them, okay? Back to you, Tamara.
Thanks, Dr. JPOP. It is important for all of us to practice our balance. And next up is our friend Arrington King from Oceans.
Hey everybody, so today I want to introduce you to Harry. This is Harry over here. Harry is a mole snake, and he's a species that you find quite common, in all around Southern Africa. So for us that live around South Africa, you can literally find these guys sometimes in your back garden. Now Harry, although he isn't fully grown, he can reach a length of about 2 meters. So he's about 1.5 meters now. And mole snakes are really given a bad name because they look very similar to your Cape Cobra. They come in different colorations. So we have some mole snakes that come in a brown coloration. You get a few that are a little bit lighter, almost like a yellow. And often people, when they see mole snakes, they think that they're cobras or other snake species that are venomous, and they kill them. So mole snakes aren't venomous, they've got no venom. And you're probably wondering what the difference is between venom and poison. While poison actually has to be ingested and venom has to be injected into you. So Harry, for instance, if he was a venomous snake, he would use his fangs to inject the venom into us. So all your snake species are actually venomous and they're not poisonous. You might also be able to see, if you look really carefully, you might see his tongue come out every now and then. There we go. And what he's doing is he's actually smelling. So like you and I that use our nose to smell, our snake species, they actually use their forked tongue to pick up scent. And then they've got a special organ on the inside of their mouth that their tongue rubs against. That's our penguins in the background. And that tongue, because it's forked, it can actually pick up scent on either side. So he can, if he's smelling food, he can detect whether it's to the left or whether it's to the right, which is really, really cool. Snakes also shed their skin. So when Harry outgrows, when he gets bigger, what he'll do is this outer skin that he has on now will actually be shed. It will come off every time he grows, which is really, really cool. Most importantly, snakes eat mice and rats. So these guys really help us because they're out in the wild. They keep populations down of rodents. So every time you see a snake, you mustn't be afraid of it. Be cautious. Think about whether the snake is dangerous. Maybe try identify it if you've got a reptile guide. But never ever chase a snake or approach them. If you see one in your garden, just leave them there. They'll move on eventually.
Thanks so much, Arrington. We're so glad to have Two Oceans Aquarium join us this summer. And learning about the animals in our world is something intelligent that all of us can do. Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. And there is so much to learn in this big world. Next up is my friend who is always looking to learn something new, Janet of Janet's Planet.
Galileo Galilei was an Italian physicist, astronomer, and philosopher. He was associated with the scientific revolution. In the late 16th century, it was generally believed heavier objects would fall faster than lighter objects. Galileo thought differently. He hypothesized or imagined that two objects could fall at the same rate regardless of their mass. Legend has it that in 1590, Galileo held a feather and a stone in either hand and released them simultaneously. The feather structure slowed its descent in parachute fashion, and the stone landed first. Galileo reasoned that this was a result of factors other than weight, and his later investigations confirmed that air resistance and friction, not weight, are responsible for this difference. What would happen if you dropped a feather and a stone on the moon where no air exists? Astronauts David Scott and Jim Irwin conducted Galileo's experiment on the moon during their Apollo 15 mission. Take a look at what happened.
Well, in my left hand I have a feather. In my right hand a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And we thought that where would be a better place to confirm his findings than on the moon. And so we thought we'd try it here for you. The feather happens to be appropriately a falcon feather for our falcon. And I'll drop the two of them here and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time. How about that? Which proves that Mr. Galileo was correct in his findings.
The Apollo feather drop was not the most accurate science experiment. No one measured the height from which the objects were released, nor the time they took to fall, and Scott was leaning over with his arms not quite parallel to the ground. But as a demonstration, it is unforgettable. And so too is Galileo. Quick, name 3 scientists who have furthered the world's understanding of gravity. Let's put them in order. Galileo built on the ideas of the scientists who came before him. Newton built on the ideas of Galileo, and Cavendish built on the ideas of Newton and Galileo.
Thank you.
Let your mind revolve around this. If I have seen further than others, it is because I have stood on the shoulders of giants. As we move forward in time, which of you will stand on the shoulders of these science giants and increase our understanding of gravity and microgravity?
Thank you, Janet. That was awesome. And you are definitely one of those people, Janet, who help us learn every day and become more intelligent. Intelligence, again, is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. And when we're using science, we are learning and we're applying that knowledge and demonstrating new skills. It's pretty awesome. So I want you to think about this today. Being intelligent is more than making the grades. It's being willing to learn. It's having that growth mindset, being willing to understand and explore new things and ideas. Keep that in mind. Next up is our friend Jalen and his brother Donovan.
Hey guys, I'm Jalen and I'm here with my little brother Donovan, and today we'll be talking about what we like to do during the summer. Summer, hey! Summer, S-U-M-M-E-R, summer! So some of my favorite things to do during the summer are see friends, visit family, and even go on road trips. But my favorite thing of all is to get in the water. It doesn't matter what kind of water it is. It can be the ocean, it can be the pool, the lake, the river, or even the sprinklers. It doesn't matter, as long as I'm able to stay cool and I like to swim a lot.
So there was this one time where my brother got me and Jalen up really early, and then we went to the store and he got me a fishing rod, and then we went fishing and I caught a fish and it was really cool, and he took a picture of it and it was so fun. And another thing I like to do in the summer is go on water parks. I like how the water sprinkles in my face, and I like when I run through the water, it sprinkles all over me. And I also like to jump in the pool because I like the big splash. And I like to travel.
So since we can't be at the beach right now, I like to imagine the breeze across my face, the sand beneath my feet, the salty smell of the ocean. Can you hear the sounds?
So this one time when I was at Florida, I dug up some seashells. They were buried in the sand, and it was really cool that I found these seashells, and I hope I can go back to the beach.
Thanks for watching. I hope you can find fun and awesome things to do during your summer. And maybe we'll see you at the beach. Back to you, Tamara.
Jalen and Donovan, that was awesome. Thanks so much for sharing your summer ideas with us. And I love the way that you're communicating. So exciting. Next up is our friend Erika Burnett with a special message for all of us.
Good morning, friends. I'm so glad you had me back to join you again. So remember last time we talked about when someone or something is different or you're really unsure, that spirit of curiosity in order to help answer some of the questions that may be in your head? Well, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite strategies for learning from someone new. And so I have my friend Trinity here with me today, and she's gonna help me demonstrate some of the best strategies for learning something new about a new friend. So Trinity, have you ever been to the Parthenon at Centennial Park?
No, I just moved here.
You're not from Nashville?
No, I'm from South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend, Indiana, where's that?
It's actually northern, where Notre Dame University is.
I've heard of Notre Dame. I think my cousin likes their football team.
Yes, they're very known.
So, what's Indiana like?
It's very different from Nashville. The heat and the weather is very different.
Does it get cold there?
Very much so.
We only get a little cold weather here. Well, what's been your favorite thing since you've visited, or since you've been here in Nashville, since you're not from here? What have you liked to do so far?
Probably the local parks, like going hiking.
Do you all have lots of places to hike in Indiana?
No.
Wow, so Indiana's a lot different than Nashville, huh?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about a new place with me. And so I won't take for granted the fact that you may not know some of our familiar landmarks, but I look forward to learning them with you.
You too.
So thanks for tuning in, friends. I hope you learned the way that your curiosity can show up and really help build a bridge between yourself and a new friend. So the strategy that I used today was just interviewing, asking questions of the person from a place of wanting to know and understand in order to build that bridge. Do something intellectual. Have an interview with someone. Talk to you soon.
Love it. Thank you so much, Erika. That was great. It's time to get up and get moving again, friends. So grab some tennis balls and get ready to juggle with Jacob from Hand Eye Body.
All right, today we're going to learn a move called the head roll and catch. It's similar to the drop and catch challenge that we did in the previous episode. But instead of just holding the ball and dropping it, you're going to place the ball on your head, keep your eyes closed, and let go so the ball will roll forward. It might go straight, it might go to one side or the other. Try to tilt your head so it actually goes forward, not backwards. But you don't know which way it's going to roll at first until you let go. And then you move and make the catch. Right? So keep your eyes closed, drop the ball. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to put it on my head, let it roll off. And even with your eyes closed, you know how to catch the ball. So again, you might drop a few times at first, but keep trying until you get it. It's really fun once you get it. So your head really feels where the ball is rolling. And it's just like when we drop the ball in the sense called proprioception, the body's awareness of where it is in space. Well, you can actually feel where it's rolling off your head. Your head can feel it and tells your hand where to go. Pretty cool, huh? So go ahead and try that move, and you can use a tennis ball, you can use any ball that you have at home to find, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks, Jacob. So getting up and getting moving is something intelligent that you can do for your body, and you can learn some new skills and vocabulary. Did you know what proprioception means? Jacob's always teaching me something new. So next, I want to encourage you all to read. Here's a great book about another scientist, like Janet was talking about, George Washington Carver. He is an African-American scientist who helped discover one of my favorite foods, peanut butter. So you can check out this book by David Adler and learn more about George Washington Carver. And there are lots of stories that you can read to help you learn not only about science in our world, but about how other people have experienced our world. And it's really important, especially with everything that's going on, that we learn other people's stories. So if you'd like some reading suggestions, check out the chat. I'll be populating it with some books that you might be interested in reading with your family later after the show. Next is our friend, Miss CJ, and she has a very special interview with her nephew. Stay tuned.
I call him Baby Bear, actually. So I'm going to show you his prized possession first. Tell us what your prized possession is.
Oh, well, this is a Highlight wheelchair, all-terrain wheels. I got my own custom paint job on there, maroon, red, and icy blue.
Yes, to the icy blue.
I just like it, but the one part of it that I need at all times are the light of wheels. Hey, it gets dark at night, so I need something.
What are you doing out at night?
I either go around the block, whenever I want to exercise. I have other chairs also for the daytime, but whenever I just want to stroll, I have to have the light of wheels.
I don't know about this nighttime stuff. Talk to me about being an athlete Talk to me about that, like your dreams, going into your dreams, like when you first actually started getting into sports. How was that for you?
Well, the first time I was introduced to sports was when I was 4 years old.
Yes, you were.
I was the founder of a group that I work with is Able Youth. His name was Rick Slaughter. He asked me if I knew about wheelchair basketball, and me being a young kid, never thought about being able to do able-bodied sports in a wheelchair. But that's when I started wheelchair basketball. After that, it branched out to track and field.
Okay. What is, I'm gonna test your mind. What's your favorite? Is it basketball? Is it track? Which one is it?
Well, my first one was basketball. I grew up with that one, so I'm gonna have to stick with my first love.
Okay. Is this something that you want to continue in college? Because I know you said there were colleges looking at you. You're going into your senior year. That's correct, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to your senior year. Do you know what college you want to go to?
Right now, it is most likely Auburn.
Okay.
Only because their track coach told me I could actually start my own wheelchair adaptive track team there.
Okay.
Along with a probable spot on their wheelchair basketball team.
Okay.
That would kill two birds with one stone.
Nice. Now we're here with J-Rod. We're talking about doing something intelligent during the summer. Now, you're just my nephew, so I don't even know the term to use. When you say wheelchair, I'd be like, that's your car. Being intelligent, what do you think, what would be an intelligent way to talk to people about your handicap? How would you have an intelligent discussion about that?
Well, I would change it from a handicap to a physical challenge. Because everything can be overcome, so a challenge is just a blockade. What you do with all blockades, you either knock them down or go around them. So me being a African American man and with a disability, I will go raise awareness with either my business or my sports, which is actually what I'm actually working on. So I want to gain awareness because I'm going to national tournaments. So I'm doing that and recording it so I could show other people for this thing at my high school called a capstone, which is where we go over something that we're passionate about.
Do you mind telling us where your tournaments are, or do you?
They're nationwide. I had one in Oklahoma, I had one in Florida, one was nearby in Mississippi, so it's just nationwide. So that actually gives me a wider range to work with other people that I don't even know.
Okay. Is this something that you want to pass on to other?
I'm doing this with Able Youth, so I definitely wanted to branch out, because not just so we can get more people to go into Able Youth, so people with a challenge could feel more at home.
Okay.
I understand that when I was younger, I used to feel slightly excluded from certain things just because of my circumstances.
I remember you were like, well, why do you have shoes on your feet? I have wheels on my chair. Why do you have shoes on your feet? Go away. But you've gotten much more nicer in your olden years, you old man. You've gotten much nicer. What do you want to study when you get to college? What is something that you want to do?
I really want to do graphic design.
Okay.
So, because along with my sports and everything else, I actually want to start a video game company. So on top of that, I have to have graphic design and animation. But since those are minors, I might go into acting, filmmaking, and other probably business.
Okay. All right. Well, now we're still talking and speaking about doing something intelligent, and let's take it a step further. Being a young black male, intelligence is key, and you already know knowledge is power. You know how we feel about that in this family. You know how we feel about that all over. What are some things that you think that you could tell the young youth today that could possibly motivate them? How do you feel that's going on around the world that's around you? Like, how could they just get some motivation? Because you're a very motivational person.
Well, the first thing I would say is don't let fear stop you.
Okay.
But then again, fear is the gateway to make other things possible. Because without fear, you have nothing that you want to either overcome or move out the way.
All right.
Because like I said, I was at one point I was scared to do anything inside a different wheelchair. So once I branched out to other sports, that's when I overcame that fear, and other people saying that I might not be able to do stuff. And so fear is key in your evolution. So I don't know how you would say it.
You just said it.
I know, like in a shorter version.
No, I don't want you to shorten that up. I think that's the best way to say it. Fear is key. And I don't think you should be afraid. Absolutely. What could you tell the youth today? Do you have any idea? Do you have any thoughts about what's going on around you with the protests? Because there were 4 to 5 young women out of Franklin who started that wonderful, peaceful protest down in Nashville. Did you see that?
Sorry.
How did you feel about
that? Because, you know, after all these years, yeah, we see it every now and then, but we never actually acknowledged it. Like, we'd have these little outbursts, but now we actually came together as a community, but not just African Americans, other races also. So just awareness for our just this injustice we have.
How do you feel about what's going on? Do you think that it's something that you can change in this world? Is it something that you want? What is it, one thing that you want to see changed?
I know it sounds optimistic, but definitely equality, even though, well, equity, because no matter the circumstance, everyone has the same. That's one thing I really want to see. If not in my lifetime, I want to see it for my little sisters.
Okay. Are there any parting words that you would like to say to the young youth? Because you will be back on this show. Is there any parting words, any motivational words that you want to say?
I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah. And you should be too.
There we go. L-Rai, L-J, J-Rai, LAJordan, Denning. See you later, baby.
Thank you so much, Miss CJ and J-Ron. I'm telling y'all, you need to watch his interview again because J-Ron was dropping some knowledge. So please go back and watch. He's got quite a story to tell and so much wisdom for being a rising senior in high school. Congratulations. Next is our friend Rosa Rodriguez, and pay attention because she's going to teach us some Spanish.
Siento es amor, no sé cómo explicarlo bien, no
You know, I studied Spanish when I was in high school, and hearing Rose sing today reminds me that I need to get back into my studies. Next, we've got Dr. Don and Chuck.
Hey, Music City Kids, Dr. Don here with a summertime health tip. You know, I want to make sure that you remember that you got to take care of your skin. You want to make sure there's good protection for your skin. And we talked about how you get a sunscreen that blocks both UVA and UVB. But there's also something else you need to be protecting in the sun. Now, what could that possibly be? That's your skin. You put some in your ears, but gosh, your eyes. You've got to remember that the sun is going to hit your eyes as well. So it's very important to make sure that you protect your eyes. So some people wear glasses, and you can get little shades that go over that. But another thing to remember is when you're buying sunglasses, that you need to say that they are 100% UVA, UVB protective. Now, just because some people spend a lot of money on their sunglasses does not mean that they are more protective. You're really just looking at that little sticker that says 100% UVA, UVB. That's what you're looking for. They've actually done some studies comparing the big fancy brands to some of the less expensive brands. And they found out that as long as it was UVA and UVB, it would have the same protection. Now, when you get into some of your other sunglasses, they're more expensive. There's different polarization and how the light actually comes in, and those are all well and good. But you don't necessarily have to do all of that to get protection for your eyes. Okay, you really just want to make sure that you have 100% UVA, UVB protection. So don't worry about spending too much money on a pair of sunglasses. Just make sure you're getting the most protection you can, and every pair of sunglasses that you buy will say it's protection. So that's my little health tip for today, guys. Protect your skin, protect your eyes, have fun in the sun, but not too much. Back to you, Tamara.
Thanks, Dr. Don. Did y'all catch that tip? Look for that little sticker that says UVA or UVB 100% protected, and that will make sure your eyes stay healthy in the summer sun. Good advice. Next, it's time to get up and move again with LAJordan.
Hey Music City Kids, it's LAJordan, and I am here to dance with you guys. Ready to move? Have you been practicing? Remember, dance is what you make it. Just have fun. Practice. Practice is just good. It's like a dance. It's perfect because it's like putting oil in a car. The car needs the oil to kind of be a little loose. You know, it may not look loose on the outside because it's big and thick and strong, but on the inside, it's definitely helping the car to flow better. So make it your own. Here we go. We're going to practice from the previous weeks, and then we're going to move forward. Ready? All right. The first move was with your right leg. We went front, back, and lean to the right. Rock it, rock it. And then we went to the left leg. Front, back, to the left. Rock it, rock it. Then we go diagonal to the right. If you like dogs, you went roo, roo. But if you like cats, you went meow, meow. Then we took our left leg and we stepped to the left. We rolled our arms down, rolled our arms up. Remember that? I know you do. Come on, here we go. The last move that we learned was push, push. We pushed back. So we're backing to the right and we're like pushing away from the left. Got it? Okay, so the new move is take your left leg and you cross it over your right and you cross your arms at the same time. You go cross, cross, just twice. Got that? And after that, we go cross, cross, and then from there we go right arm, left arm goes behind your arm, right arm goes in the air. So it's Michael Jackson. We like that move. It's so much fun because MJ is represented. So let's try all that with the music, see how it goes. Ready? Here we go.
Don't stop when you hear the beat drum. Keep dancing to the song.
Everybody sing along. Let's go. Yes. Rock it. Rock it. Now sing to your dance. Cross, Michael Jackson. How do you do? Music time. Have a great week. It's a party, y'all.
Thanks so much, LA. You know, I wanted to share with you that moving is good for your body and for your brain. It helps improve your memory. It gets rid of anxiety and depression. It just helps you feel better. So if you want to do something intelligent this summer, you need to get moving. That's right, get moving. Here's some more ideas from our friends Jalen and Donovan for how you can have a great summer.
Hey guys, it's Jalen
and Donovan.
So what I really like this summer is that we live on a farm. Even though we've been quarantined,
we found really cool things to do.
One of those things is playing basketball. We also have a really cool fire pit and we like to make fires. We also get to play music sometimes. Another thing we really like to do is play pickleball.
Hey guys, there's another thing we also like to do over summer. We like to play with our dog Stella. And that she's really fun to play with because she's so acrobatic. This isn't our garden, but it's still really pretty. Track to ride our bikes on.
We see some really cool animals out here on this property, like coyotes, snakes, rabbits, all kinds of birds, horses, dogs.
Make lots of honey.
And don't forget the hammock.
Woo! Yeah! Let's go!
Thanks for visiting our farm. Back to you, Tamara.
How cool is that? I want to live on a farm too. Jalen and Donovan, you're having the best summer ever. So we've been talking today about doing something intelligent. That means acquiring and applying knowledge and skills. Now, with all the crazy stuff happening in our world, with the coronavirus and even these racial protests, it's important for us to be in the know. So stay informed, and like Erika talked about, Ask questions. Do interviews with family and friends so you can learn what's going on. And then let your voice be heard. Let people know what you're thinking and feeling about what's happening in our world. You know, you are going to inherit this big world from us grown-ups. And so we need to hear how these events are impacting you. Share what you think with your family, with your friends, and even with your local governing agents, mayors, governors. Just write letters. Let your voice be heard. That's the point. Next up is Miss Lawanna with some encouragement for us about how we can deal with disappointment.
Hey everybody, I'm sitting outside on a breezy, overcasty day. It's rained here, and so got a really great breeze going right now, and I'm really enjoying it. And the last time we talked about loving yourself and taking care of yourself. And I want to talk to you today about something else. How to deal with disappointment, or when things don't go the way you want or don't turn out right. I think we've all had a lot of that going on here since we've had this virus, coronavirus, that's kept us indoors. It's kept us from enjoying our birthdays like we normally would, or hanging out for the summer. Things that we normally would be doing right about now, like vacation or just having a good time with our friends. It's really kind of hard to do when we're really trying to be careful about not getting sick or getting anyone else sick. So that can be a little disappointing, and it can kind of make you sad. So what I've got for us today is another visual way and auditory way to remember how to cheer up and keep ourselves in a good attitude. And this is a big letter L. It is the first letter in my name. And this usually goes on my desk or on my wall. But today we're going to use it, and I want you to use your first letter in your name as a way to remember something happy, something positive, so that when you're having a down day or things aren't working out the way you want, I want you to think about this and remember this is how you're going to cheer yourself up, or just kind of, get your mind off of the things that you can't really do anything about or fix in the moment. And so my letter L is going to stand for laugh. I love to laugh. I mean, probably I laugh to the point where it really gets kind of silly. Laughing has always been one of the ways to quickly snap me out of a bad mood, or take my mind off of something that's not positive, or I'm just having a down day. Laughing. So when I find out some bad news, or if I find out some plans have changed and it's making me sad, or whatever the case is, I'm gonna think about the first letter in my name, L, and it's gonna remind me, Lawanna, you need to laugh. And the sooner I laugh, the better I feel. So I want you to do that too. Take the first letter of your name and pick a word that makes you happy, or something that reminds you to snap out of it. Don't think too hard on being sad. Change your mind and think about something else. And I'm gonna think about laughing when I think about the first letter in my name. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Miss Lawanna. The first letter of my name is T, so I'm going to give thanks. Thanks and gratitude, that's a great way to change my mood, especially when I'm feeling sad. One of the things that my kids and I used to do when we were driving in the car, when we used to go to school, is we would just go around, or we've done this at the dinner table too, which we all still do. We'd sit around and we'd just, everybody take a turn saying something that they're thankful for. So it might start out with, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for food. I'm thankful for clothes. And I'm thankful for soap. I'm thankful for the shower. I'm thankful for chocolate. Just going around. And by the time we were done, we usually ended up laughing. So Miss Lawanna is so right. Just being intentional about what we think about helps improve our mood. And that's a great tip. keep us intelligent. All right, next we've got Steve all the way from South Africa with some great math info.
Hey Tamara, it's Steve, and today we're going to be talking about math and being intelligent. And I'm going to do this in a roundabout way. I have a cool problem for you. You have two tablets, red one, blue one. One of them increases your life by 10%. One of them decreases your life by 10%. Which one do you take? Well, you don't know which one is which. Do you take the chance of choosing the blue one or the red one? So what you do is you take the blue one because you think the blue one's going to increase your life by 10%, but then you become uncertain, so you take the red one as well. Now that you've swallowed both tablets, I want to know, do you live longer, shorter, or do you stay the same? You increased your life by 10% and you decreased your life by 10%. I know what you're thinking. Put up your hand if you think it stays the same. And that is absolutely incorrect. Why would that be incorrect? And most adults get this wrong as well. Let's pretend you're going to live to 100. If you took the tablet that increases your life by 10%, 10% of 100 is 10. And if you add 10 onto 100, you get 110. But if you take 10% of 110, that would be 11. And if you take 11 off 110, you only live to 99. Let's try it the other way around. Let's pretend you're going to live to 100 and you lose 10% of your life, which means you're losing 10 years off your life. You're only going to live to 90. And if you add 10% onto 90, 10% of 90 is 9. You're going to add 9 onto your 90. Still, it's going to be 99. So the order that you take the tablets is not important. The fact is, in both cases, you lose a part of your life. How can we use this in an intelligent way? Let's pretend, and this is just between you and I, let's pretend you owe your parents money. How am I going to pay them less? I have an idea. Go up to your mom and dad and say, Mom, Dad, you know the $100 that I owe you? How about I give it back to you as long as I can pay you an extra 50%? And your parents will say, there must be a catch. And you say, yes, there is a catch, as long as you give me a 50% discount. And your mom and dad will say, hold on. If it goes up 50% and down 50%, it's going to be the same amount. Sure, no problem. But let's do the calculation. 100, if you add on 50%, will become 150. And if you take off 50%, it's going to be 75. So you're going to end up owing them less money. I hope you enjoyed that, and now you feel a little bit more intelligent. And on that note, back to you, Tamara. Hey,
okay,
Tamara.
You got that right, because I didn't. And I learned something new from Steve today about math and how we can be intelligent. Got to practice those percentages. All right, next we've got Webster.
Hello, friends. Webster here. I know it's summertime, and many kids like me are not thinking too much about school. Did you like school? I love school, and I guess I'm a pretty good student. I mean, I like to learn, but it doesn't always come easy for me. In fact, I don't always get good grades in school, even though I do try my best. So I asked my mom, does that mean that I'm not smart or I'm not intelligent? She told me that there are many different kinds of intelligence. Yeah, some people are really intelligent at schoolwork. And other people are really intelligent with art or music or even sports. And still other people are really intelligent with talking to other people and knowing just the right thing to do and say. My mom told me that that's what I am. What kind of intelligent are you? Have you done something intelligent today? Well, I was just sitting here in the studio looking through some of my video projects that I did at school, and I found one that I made that might help everyone learn to become more intelligent about other people. Yeah, it's by reading body language and seeing how people are feeling. Yeah, it's a very important skill. Here, check it out. See what I learned.
Hello, friends. Webster here with today's Word from the Pod Squad. We've been talking about feelings all week. Did you know that you can tell how someone is feeling by how their face looks? Yeah, that's right. It's kind of fun, too. It's like being a detective on one of those TV shows. You can make a pretty good guess about how they're feeling. I've been talking a lot about my camping trip with my cousin Roy this summer. If you were there with me, you would have been able to tell how I was feeling by looking at my face. When Roy first scared me, I looked like this. Yep, and when I found out he was just playing a joke on me, I looked like this. Yeah, you can tell how your friends and your parents and teachers and really anyone feels by just looking at their faces. Yeah, for most people, when they're happy, they have a smile. And that pushes their cheeks up just a little bit and makes their eyes squint just a little. But when they're mad, their eyes get smaller, their eyebrows slant toward their nose, and their mouth gets a little tight. That's pretty fun, huh? Yeah. Can you figure out how your face changes when your feelings change? Oh, that's the bell. So let's make good choices no matter how we're feeling today. I'm Webster, and this is today's Word from the Pod Squad. All right.
Thanks, Webster. You know, as I was watching Webster's video, I was thinking, how can we tell how people are feeling when they're wearing a mask? We're going to have to pay special attention to the eyes because, like Webster said, when somebody smiles, they get kind of wrinkly and crinkly up here. But when they frown, the eyebrows go inward. So watch the eyes. Next, we've got Miss Riki with some yoga for us today. Get out your mat. It's time to move.
Hey friends, Riki Ratner here with Be Well in School. Here to show you another pose today. And today we're not going to learn it in a sequence. We're going to go back to just breaking down the pose, learning that pose individually, and then next time we will add our new pose, Eagle Pose, into our sequence. So Eagle Pose is a challenging pose. It has a lot of different elements. Now we're building. We've learned some basic yoga poses, and now we're going to try to challenge our bodies a little more. And as you challenge your bodies, if we can't do something right away, know that it takes practice. And when I started practicing yoga, that was in 2012, so 8 years ago, I could not do Eagle Pose the way that I can do Eagle Pose now. It took time, it took practice, and most importantly, it took patience and breath. I needed to breathe my way into a deeper variation of this pose. So if you are not where I am at today, that is A-okay. You are going to keep practicing and you are going to get more flexible and it's going to be great. So Eagle Pose, let me tell you some of the benefits. It stretches our upper back, our shoulders, and our outer thighs. And some of those places are a little difficult to stretch. So that's why these parts of the body might be tight and we might not be able to get as deep into this pose, and that's okay. It's going to strengthen your leg joints because we're going to be like weaving our legs together in this way that puts pressure on our joints but helps them build strength. And because we're winding our bodies up in these interesting ways, it actually makes our blood flow increase because we improve circulation by compressing our bodies in this way. And it improves balance and concentration because we're doing a challenge and we're breathing through it and we're still showing up. Cool? Let's learn Eagle Pose. Find your mat, find your blanket, go outside, get on a carpet, get on the floor, whatever you need. You just need your body and your breath. Whatever you got, you just need your body and your breath. All right. Here we are, mountain pose. Now, first thing we're gonna do, bring our arms out to a T. We're gonna take our right arm. We're gonna wrap it under our left arm. So you're here. If this is already we're feeling stretched, first option is to hug yourself by placing opposite hands on opposite shoulders, okay? If you can go deeper from here, we're gonna try to wrap our wrists as well. So I'm gonna come a little closer so you can see what I'm doing here. If I can't get this wrap, then we're going for that hug, right? If we can get our wrists to wrap, we can press the hands together, we go there. And then when you're here, we want to pull the hands away from the face a bit and lift the elbows up to shoulder height. Cool? Now we're going to add the legs into it. So I'm going to move back to my mat. So we've got those eagle arms. You're either bound or we're hugging. Now, in this shape, we're going to take the right leg, lift it up. Balance challenge. So we're thinking about our belly button and we're looking with our eyes at something that's not moving. Now we want to bend our standing knee too. The lower I can go in my standing leg, the easier it is for me to wrap my right leg around my left. Now I'm pressing my knees tight together and I'm going to see if I can wrap my right leg around my ankle or around, behind my calf. If you can't do that, you're just working on pressing the knees together and pressing this right foot into the left calf. However you can, just press, 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 press. Cool? Now we're gonna breathe. Take a deep breath and fill your belly. Exhale, can you sit a little lower by bending that standing leg? If you've got the hands bound, we wanna keep pulling the hands away from the face as we lift the shoulders up. And we wanna find our spine in line. So see if you can draw the shoulders back to be in line with your hips here. See if you can swivel the knees a little bit to be in line with the elbows. Take a deep breath in. And out. And now inhale, we're gonna unwrap the arms, we're gonna unwrap the legs, and we're gonna come back to our mat and shake it out, let go of all that, and send some silent love to the world and to yourself for practicing something new. How do you feel? How does your body feel? I know my heart is beating a little faster, and I feel a little warmer. Try your right side or try your left side. I demoed the right. Try your left side. See how that feels. Next time you tune in, we're putting all of this together. We're adding eagle pose into our sequence. See you there. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Riki. With Be Well in School, she has so much more to teach you, so check her out. Next, we've got some spoken word.
Your words have power to build or destroy. They can be sharp, serrated knives, slicing through the peace and happiness of loved ones and strangers alike, wounding hearts, paving the way for the infection of sadness to set in. Your words can evoke frowns and ignite the waterworks in eyes. Your words can hurt. Your words can also be medicine that fix broken feelings and lift heavy hearts. Your words can admit your wrongs. Your words can express your accountability. Your words can carry apologies that dance on your tongue. Your words have the ability to communicate love. Your words have the potential to activate change. Your words have the power to move any mountain that stands in the way of your greatness. Your words are actions that demonstrate the active and ever-giving power of love. Your words can free you. Your words can free me. You have a responsibility to use your words to speak life into the world.
Yes, speak life, friends. That's how we can be intelligent with what we say. Got one last message for us today from Dr. E. Take a listen.
Hey, Tamara and friends. I was just sitting here thinking that in this big world, there's not just one way of doing anything, but there are lots of different ways of doing everything, and that includes being intelligent. That there's not just one way of being intelligent, but there are lots of different ways of being intelligent. And a man by the name of Howard Gardner, who's a psychologist, has identified that there are at least 9 different ways of being intelligent, or what he calls being smart. So what are some of those ways that he's identified that you can be smart? Well, one of them is what he calls nature smart. That there's some people who just have the ability to be able to make things grow. That they can take a pack of seeds and see that pack of seeds grow into a beautiful plant. Or they can create a garden overnight, seemingly. Those people have what are called nature smarts. Then there's some people who have what are called sound smarts. Sound smarts are those people who have the ability to be able to hear something, to commit it to memory, and they can either recite it, or they can sing it, or they can compose a piece of music. Musicians and singers have what are called sound smarts. Not everybody has that gift, but those folks sure do have that gift. Then there are some people who have the ability to be able to reason, to be able to solve problems, like hard math problems. Those people who have what are called reasoning smarts or number smarts. That's another kind of smart as well, and a really important one. Then there's some people who have what are called life smarts. They just understand what's happening in the world around us, and they can see patterns, and because they can see patterns in what's happening, they can predict what might happen in the future, and they can help us to solve really big problems that are happening now. Those people have what we call life smarts. And then Gardner says that in addition to that, that there are some people who have what are called people smarts. Those people are people who can understand where other people are coming from. They can feel what other people are feeling. They can empathize or they can sympathize with them. And they're oftentimes great listeners. And they can help to encourage people or to make people feel better. Those kind of people are the kind of people that we call people who have people smarts. And people smarts is an important kind of smart too. Then there are those people who have what we call body smarts. Body smarts are those people who can put a puzzle together without even looking at the picture, or they can put some kind of other kind of toy together, or they can take it apart and put it back together. Those kind of people have what we call body smarts. And as well, in addition to that, there are those people who have what are called word smarts. Word smarts are people who can put words together, and when they string those words together, it helps us to see things that we've never seen before or feel things that we've never felt before. Then there are those people who have what we call self-smarts. Self-smarts are those people who are aware and understand themselves so well that not only do they put themselves at ease, but they put other people at ease because they are simply being themselves, because they know and have an awareness and understanding of who they are. And then lastly, Gardner says that there are those people who are picture smart. And picture smart people are the kind of people who can read maps. They always know north from south versus east from west. They have the ability to understand space, and because they understand space, then consequently not only do they understand the world, but they can help other people understand the world around them as well. And so there are lots of different kinds of intelligence or smarts in the world. And so because there are lots of different kinds of intelligence and smart in the world, then it means that we all need to appreciate that all of us are smart, no matter who you are or where you come from. And because all of us are smart, that's worth celebrating. So it's not just one kind of intelligence that's worth celebrating, but all of them are worth celebrating. And when we share our smarts, then we help to make this world a much better place. And so do your part to do something smart or do something intelligent. And when you do that, you're sharing love in a big world. And so until next time, I'll see you later.
Thank you so much, Dr. E. That was amazing. And I agree. We are all smart in our own ways. We've just got to find out what our strengths are. You know, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King said this: intelligence plus character. That is the goal of a true education. And character is what we do and what we say that helps others. So I want to encourage you, do something intelligent today, this week, this month, this summer, because you can make a difference. There really is a difference between just being smart and really being wise. Wisdom is when you use your knowledge and power for good in this world. The right place and the right time. So thanks for tuning in to Music City Kids. We're here to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. My name is Tamara, and we'll see you next time.